Welcome back to Always Learning. And what are we doing today?
Learning.
Yeah, we're learning how to make Neapolitan pizza. And I got another video. You can check out the playlist. We got a whole pizza playlist because we're delving deep into the world of pizza making. We're going to learn how to perfect pizza dough. And we're specifically making Neapolitan pizza. And really, it's fairly simple. It takes a little more planning to make Neapolitan pizza. You really got to make this stuff called Poolish. And Poolish is basically kind of like a premix of flour, yeast, honey, and water. And you make it, you kind of let it ferment and kind of semi-rise in the fridge 16 to 24 hours before you're getting ready to make your dough. And then you make your dough just like you would your other pizza, and then you cook it. So it's pretty simple, but this is supposed to be the secret sauce of making Neapolitan pizza, which makes it really fluffy and really crunchy. So we're going to show you how to make Neapolitan pizza today. We might make a white sauce, might make a red sauce, but I don't know which one. What's your call? What do you prefer, white or red?
I like white sauce.
Okay, we might make red. We might make it in the pellet grill. Might make it in the oven. We'll see.
Little mozzarella, little spinach, a little tomato.
First step of making Neapolitan pizza, making the pizza pie, and it's supposed to be better, is you got to make the Poolish. And it's all about fermenting it because we're going to make the Poolish. It's literally, we're going to add in water, 1 cup of water. We're going to add in 1.5 of the yeast, teaspoons of yeast. We're going to add in 1.5 teaspoon. Teaspoon.
Oh, teaspoons of honey?
Yeah, 1.5. So it's 1.5 yeast, a teaspoon, and 1.5 teaspoon of honey. I mean, you know, it doesn't have to be exact. Cooking's not an exact science. People want to make pizza sound like it's an exact science. Maybe it is, but there's so much variation in it. So yeah, just throw in about another half of that.
Okay.
All right, so a cup of water, a teaspoon and a half of yeast, a teaspoon and a half of honey, and a cup of flour.
So the only variance in this recipe is the amount of yeast and the amount of honey?
You're talking versus regular pizza?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the time that you ferment it.
Right, yep.
Okay.
So now we're gonna mix all that up. And this is your Poolish. We're gonna mix all that up so it's just nice and kind of tacky. And then we're gonna let it set at room temperature for an hour, 1 hour. And then we're gonna put it in the fridge and let it kind of marinate and continue the yeast to eat on that honey. Yep. Now, the key is there's a very time limit with the Poolish. It's about, I don't know, 15 to 24 hours. 16 to 24 hours is kind of your time frame, somewhere in there. So you're gonna wanna make it, let's say you're doing it for lunch, you're gonna wanna make it in the afternoon the day before. Or if you're making it for evening, you're gonna wanna make it probably the evening before. And you're gonna mix all that up. Now you're gonna have to add it to your dough probably 2 hours before you wanna bake it. So kind of factor that in, but that's kind of what you want to make your Poolish.
So you put the Poolish into a normal recipe of dough, combine the two?
You put it with flour. You're going to mix it with flour. So you know how we made regular pizza and we made the premix of the yeast? We just made that yeast and we're letting it we let it set for 5 to 10 minutes.
Yeah.
We're doing this, it's just a longer process. So
this is the equivalent to the yeast.
Yeah.
It's just thicker.
Yeah, because we added a little bit of flour to it. All right, and that's it. We let that set. That's good. We'll let that set for an hour at room temperature, and then we'll put it in the fridge.
And then 24 hours until you mix it.
16 to 24.
Okay. Okay, so never been to Nepal, but today we're going to feel like we're there because we're making the
Poolish. Okay, so, yeah. So, let's add in the water. So we're adding 1 1/4 cup of water, which is like, I don't know, 300 grams. Tomato.
A lot of conversions.
A lot of conversions that we are not good at. Okay, now we're going to add the Poolish that we made 16 hours ago. And see how it's kind of sticky? That's what you want. That's what you want your Poolish to look like. You let it go longer than 24 hours, it's like a gremlin. Bad things happen. Okay, so
Now
we've
we
added the
need-
Poolish, we've added the water.
4 cups of flour coming up next.
4 1/4, because we're exact. 500 grams. We're gonna add. You're only gonna add
A little bit at a time.
You're gonna add half of it at first, and then come back with the other 2 1/4 after we get it incorporated again. So it's kind of like making the other.
Well, a lot of baking, I think you add the flour in as you stir.
Yeah.
Seems to be a staple.
And then we're adding in 4 teaspoons of salt, or 20 grams. That's a lot of salt.
Okay. So I've added 2 cups. We're gonna start to stir, and then
Yep.
I'll add the other 2 1/4.
And if you're doing this by hand, you just need it. Just gonna take you about 15 minutes. We're just making it easier with the mixer. We're gonna let it do all the heavy lifting because we're lazy.
That seems like you're.
It's midday, but if you're doing like evening, it'd be good to have some friends over, drink a little wine, make a little Neapolitan ice cream.
Be sure to check out the wine video on the channel.
Oh yeah, well, you could make your own wine. Then you could have your own house wine. Everything is figure outable. You can really make everything yourself. It's kind of enjoyable.
Dad's always up for the challenge. Not afraid to make mistakes.
No, I mean, you can buy a whole bag of flour for $5.95. I mean,
That's
like
cheaper. That's cheaper than a box of strawberries.
That's
these
a
days.
whole lot of fun. I'm not gonna lie. If I had to go back to high school, I'd be big into the home ec class.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did they have that at Colby?
Oh yeah, it's mostly just the girls took it, and some guys did. Their moms made them. I wish I would have taken. I did take. They're getting kind of a little weird with the flower.
Woo! It's a party.
That's what that quarter's for, because they know Aide is gonna mess it up.
That's what the apron's for.
That's right.
Notice the festive Christmas apron we've got on today.
You're gonna have to add another 1/4 cup.
No, I'll just do this.
Well, the good news is we've already got flour for when we get ready to throw our dough on the counter. We've already got it out there. But don't let not having a mixer, because I think it'd be kind of fun to have your grandkids over, or have your daughter over, and or another couple or a group of couples, and everybody could be kneading, making their own dough, drinking some wine, adult beverages, kind of enjoying the festivities.
So if you're like me and you miss the bowl, you just kind of use some of that flour to cover the table. We're gonna take out our freshly kneaded dough. Tear it off of that hook. Okay, then we're gonna slap it down. We're gonna spread it out and we're gonna fold it. Just 3 or 4 times, getting that yeast activated. Is that what we're doing?
Yep. Just gets that gluten strengthened.
Oh yeah, it's tough. Getting some arm strength.
Oh, it still should be fairly stretchy right now.
I wouldn't call it super stretchy yet.
Okay, well then just keep folding it.
Do a little karate chop and fold.
Okay, now make it into a little ball. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Get a little olive oil on your hands and just put a little on the top. Just kind of coat it a little bit.
Then we're gonna cover it right here on the counter for 15 minutes.
Yep, I'm just gonna let it kind of set in there.
Okay, so we've let this sit for 15 minutes. It's time to reveal the dough. Now we're going to flatten it and knead it about 8 or 10 times. And just continue to process that yeast. Oh, it's feeling nice. A little chop, a little fold. Really got to put your weight into it. Okay.
That's probably good. Now just kind of make it into a
Now you're making it to a beautiful sphere here.
Just kind of tucking those sides. There you go.
Oh yeah, that looks nice. And then we're gonna coat the bowl in just a little bit of olive oil.
There you go.
Okay, just like the Italians do it. Shout out to the Fuccis and the Orlandos.
And drop that baby in there.
Ta-da!
Now cover. I think we got saran wrap over there. We don't have a lid for that one. You could probably just put a. You could probably just put a baking thing on top of it. Let's just do that. That'd be good. Let's put one of those on there.
Okay.
Let her set for an hour.
Neapolitan.
Neapolitan.
Do we need flour?
We got probably enough. Just spread it around here. We're gonna punch that down. You're gonna punch it down. Yeah, see how it's coming back? See how it kind of comes back a little?
It's fighting back.
It's fighting back. All right, so we're gonna take it out. Got some, not a lot. We got a little here.
Oh yeah.
Gonna double that a little bit.
So we're gonna divide this into fourths and then let it sit for another hour.
Yeah.
Okay. Where'd that knife go? Here we go.
All right. Yep. And we'll cut it that way. Okay. Cut it that way. If you don't want to use it, you can. I mean, you can put it in the fridge for a couple days and then just get it back out, let it heat up. So now we're gonna just make these into little tiny balls. You think these look big enough to make the 12-inch pizzas?
Yeah, they'll rise some more because they're gonna sit for an hour.
I wonder if we should make it into thirds.
I think this is good.
Okay, we'll just make smaller pizzas if we do. We'll find out.
We'll let you know.
Time will tell. It always does. Okay. All right, these little baby balls.
I'm kind of folded at the bottom.
I just keep working it. You want it kind of nice, I suppose. Okay. Okay, we'll set them a little bit apart, and then we'll see what they make it.
Okay, there you have it.
All right, so it's been an hour. They've doubled, almost, kind of?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. All right, now we're just going to do the same thing we did. We sprinkled out a little flour. We're just gonna make a pizza. We're making white sauce.
So tell me a little bit about the white sauce.
Well, you can do the Alfredo sauce, but I think the Alfredo with the milk is kind of not as good.
No, I would
So we're doing the one where it's just the cheeses. We might add a little pepperoni to like one side of it, but we've got Parmesan, mozzarella, and then we've got chunks of mozzarella. We're gonna make
mozzarella.
Oh, mozzarella.
Yeah.
What did I say? Mozzarella.
Mozzarella.
That's a mozzarella.
Just making you got the what'd you say yesterday? The basil. Basil and the mozzarella.
I got all the Italian. That's how true Italians say it.
Okay, so you want me to open this?
Yeah, so you need to tear those in like 50-cent chunks. Because if you get them too big,
50-cent chunks.
like the size of a 50-cent piece,
Okay.
or size of like a pepperoni, like a really thick pepperoni, like kind of like just a chunk about that big.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're gonna put on a cup of mozzarella and Parmesan cheese. We're gonna put on some feta on half the side of it, and we're gonna put those clumps on all of it.
Okay. And just put these on the counter.
Well, just cut that. You got a knife? I don't know. They always say cutting's better than tearing.
Excuse me. Feta.
You like feta?
I like feta on salads. You know, it would be a nice pairing with the salad. I mean, with the with the pizza. It'd be like a spinach salad with feta and tomato.
Okay, well this is Neapolitan, so we're gonna see white sauce Neapolitan. We're gonna see. All right, let's kind of bunch up the crust here. Kind of like we're making a pie. We're not using any sauce, so we'll see. But about a cup, so pretty thick.
So they don't do anything underneath. Not even olive oil? Interesting.
You doubting it? You not feeling it?
Just seems weird to just put cheese.
Well, cheese has
It's
fat in it,
It's
so
gonna be more like a breadstick.
you think it will be, but it's gonna be a really good breadstick.
You think? Well, I'm sure it's gonna taste good. I just don't know if it's gonna taste like white sauce.
Oh yeah, tastes better than white sauce. Okay, and we're gonna set a little more. All right, we're gonna put it in, and then when we take it off, we're going to put a little Parmesan on the top of it, the little grated Parmesan on it.
And do you want to?
You can do ricotta. You can do. There's a whole bunch of things. Is it ricotta?
Ricotta.
Ricotta. Okay, ricotta.
Ricotta and mozzarella.
I kind of want to put pepperonis on it, but I'm just gonna go with the sauce. Okay.
This just doesn't seem saucy to me.
Okay, well, no, gotta trust the
This
process.
is interesting.
Trust the process. All right, get a little flour. See if we can do a little. If I can do a little better this time. I like cornmeal. I like that texture, but not everybody does.
I do too. Big cornmeal girl. Corn fed here in the Midwest.
Throw a little here. Kind of get a little running start. All right.
Let's see. 3, 2,
Wait.
1.
Give it a little tug. Give it a little running start. And be real aggressive.
Okay.
Oh! Didn't work.
Oh, jeez.
All right, we're gonna throw down a little flour. Yeah, that's the tough part. That's what it did the other night. You need the cornmeal, I guess. All right. Can't be afraid. Like I said, everything's fixable, right? Most things are fixable. Not everything, but all right, we keep trying. We're not afraid of failure. Failure is always an option. Okay. All right, what do you think I did wrong? What do you think? More flour? Got the flour in front.
I don't know. I think that maybe the crust is thinner. You need to go straight in.
I did. Let's go. 1,
much better.
Was it? Still got it everywhere. All right. Spread it out. Yeah, maybe we should put it on and then do the toppings, but looks, everybody makes it look so easy. Of course, I need a peel. Need a pizza peel. You guys have a pizza peel?
I'm not familiar
With your Green Mountain?
I don't know what a pizza peel is.
It's just a, looks like a shovel, flat.
Oh yeah, we have one.
Okay. All right. See, it survived. All right, we got the stone on. Gonna slide this baby on. It's not sliding.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, see how
Look at that steam rolling off it.
I mean, it's white sauce. It's gooey. Let it cool a little bit.
Yum.
All right, Neapolitan white sauce pizza. What do you think of the bread? Pretty airy?
I like
Pretty good.
the crunch on the bottom.
I feel the diabetes coming.
This is thick. Man down.
Man down.
Lost soldier. Pretty good.
5-second rule.
It's a little bit like a cross between a white sauce and a cheese stick.
I think it's really good.
Wasn't a critique, just a description. What do you think?
Yeah, it's like Alfredo with bread.
Meat would really send this over the edge.
Yeah. What do you think of the bread? Is it better than the other bread?
Yeah, it's better.
It is.
Yeah.
You think?
Yeah.
I thought it was about the same.
I got a fine palate.
All right. Thanks for watching. Leave any comments, any suggestions you got. Check out the pizza playlist. We're still delving into the world of pizza, so we're still learning. But we're going to perfect it because we're going to be, by the time we're done, we're going to be Italian.
Got the rule.
I mean, I'm going to start watching The Sopranos, making pizza every week. It's going to happen.